Hi, I'm doing the impromptu video because I want to show the sunrise. So we have the sunrise in this lovely environment above the nature park, and it's really beautiful. You can even see the sunrise in the reflection of my glasses. I want to take this video because it's like I have this epiphany revelation about who we really are. We actually are multi-dimensional beings, and I think it's part of our evolution as a whole, as a humanity, because we are like the universe. We are ever expanding. We are ever progressing as a whole, as a humanity, as the expression of the universe itself in our own individual and unique way. And for example, as we look at the movies, we see that in the past, superhero movies are kind of one-dimensional. People, superheroes like Superman, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, they all have mainly one dimension to their character. They are seen as the good characters, and then we have the evil characters, who is their uh, enemies or something, their adversaries. So we have always this kind of duality, good and evil, good versus evil in movies. And along the way, we see that we realize that no one is actually totally good or totally bad. Everyone has our dark side. So later on, we see a version of Spider-Man, and we see the dark version of Spider-Man in one of the recent movies on Spider-Man. And what Carl Jung, the psychologist, says is really true. We all have a shadow, or you can call it our dark side, and or our shadow side. And Deepak Chopra and a few other psychologists have also talked about this. So we all have this dual self, but ultimately we have this non-dual self. I'm not really sure how to explain because it's kind of mystical, and taking our videos is the same. We become conscious of our so-called good and bad, positive and negative traits. We become more aware, and but instead of repressing or suppressing our dark side, we learn to embrace. That's why I think the mantra our coach our coach share is so important. It's really about connection, not about perfection, because we can never be perfect. We will always have our dark side. We will always have our imperfection. And interestingly, through our imperfection, through our shadow, we can actually be able to connect more deeply with our fellow human beings. And the word human being is so interesting because our action comes from our being. We are not human doings, we are human beings. So if we believe that our being, our identity is that we are good, we will end up doing actions that align with what we believe we are. If we believe that we are bad, then our action will follow. So no one is really fully bad or fully good because we have both our light and dark side. So even people like we usually say Hitler, Stalin, they are all evil people. In a way, their actions are evil, and nothing can justify their horrendous genocidal action. But it doesn't change the fact that their identity does not change. they are still children of God, children of divine love, but their action is not in alignment with their true identity. So usually people they do things that harm others because they have forgotten who they really are. It's the same with all of us, because the whole law is summed up in this one commandment: love our neighbor as ourselves. When we love ourselves, we will end up loving our neighbors, and we will not harm ourselves, we will not harm our neighbors, because it's a universal commandment that this whole law is summed up in this one commandment, that love our neighbors as ourselves, and love does no harm to a neighbor, and love does no harm to ourselves. And really it's not about ultimately it's not about good or evil. It's really about love, because love is the highest frequency. Our identity is really about being aligned. When we believe that we are loved, we will end up doing loving things, and it becomes a natural, spontaneous outflow of our true self. So the phone memory is running out, so and I'm still ruminating on this, and thank you for listening, and stay peace, stay love, stay grace.